Hello, my name is Michael Garrick, and this is Popping Culture Movie Reviews. My guest today is comedian Ash Fields, very funny comedian from the Charlotte area, Charlotte, North Carolina area. If you have not seen him, please make sure you go check him out. Also, please follow him on social media. Uh, Ash has chose the movie Sandlot. This will be a 100%
Classic.
spoil. Yes, this will be a 100% spoiler review. But before we spoil the movie, Ash, do you believe they should watch it?
Dude, 100%, man. This is one of my favorite movies as a kid. And I'm one of those people, I don't watch a lot of new movies now. And I don't really rewatch movies. So for me, when he said pick a movie, it was between Sandlot and essentially any Quentin Tarantino movie. I love all the Quentin Tarantino movies. But I was like, no, what? It was going to be like Kill Bill or Inglourious Basterds. But you know what? I was like, no, what? I'm going Sandlot. So yeah, man, I love that movie. I'd watch it tomorrow, bro. Yeah, I'd be fine with it. I know the whole thing, but I'd be fine to watch it, man. I would enjoy it.
Nice. I completely agree with you, buddy. Guys, if you have not watched it, please watch it. If you don't want to pay for it, it'll probably be on the USA Network this weekend. Um, Everything past this point is 100% spoilers. My first question for you, brother: how important was it to pick the right person to narrate this movie?
Oh, dude, that's it. That pretty much carries the movie. Because I mean, there's a ton of movies with like kids getting into trouble and doing dumb things, but the narration it totally carries it, man. Because it's the same with anything. Having that good story and with the right tonality and being able to not have any relationships with the characters or the narrator and be like, you know what? I want to listen to this. This is because it's interesting, because like the voice grabs me, all the good pauses, they kind of keep me on the edge of my seat. What's happening next? Like, dude, without that, it wouldn't be a movie, man. They wouldn't have made two or three more.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're not talking about the second
one.
one.
I didn't see those, man. I didn't see just the first one. Just the first one.
Yeah, guys, just watch the first one. Don't watch the second one. Do you feel like this movie? Do you feel like it took a lot from the Wonder Years?
Yeah, a little bit, because I think the Wonder Years was made, based in the '60s but made in the '80s. The Sandlot was based in the '50s but made in the '90s, '93. But yeah, just that same feel, that sort of small town America. Just not a whole lot to do. Small town, not a whole lot to do. Just be outside all day. I mean, obviously, he grew up in the '50s, but just that whole feel. Be outside all day. Just hang out with your mates. Just it was mainly boys in the first movie. So I think it was like there weren't any girls in that one. So it's like just hang out with your mates. Just this silly dude stuff, and just play baseball all day. I kind of like that too, man. Even now, being a lot older, just the simplicity of it. It wasn't overly complicated with all these deeper level, like, oh, what's the deeper level message? It's just a good movie, man.
Yeah.
We're not trying to, there's no agenda, or we're trying to push this or talk about this in a nuanced way. No, it's just a good movie.
Nice. When the movie picks up, of course he's the new kid in town, main character. Pulling up the cast sheet right now. The main character name is,
I don't even know his real name. It's Smalls.
Yep, Tom Gurry. He does not look like Smalls anymore. But I really, him and the whole cast, I think they were just perfectly cast. Like, I really can't see anybody else play any of those characters.
Nah, man, because you had all the different, I guess, different character types. You had like Smalls was like that, the new kid, unsure of himself. Then you had Benny, who was the confident, really good, the natural leader. Then you had like some of the kids that like the weird kid, the weird kid that got caught up in the '60s, like later, and no one ever saw him again. There was that guy. And then there was Porter, the catcher. He was just talking trash the entire movie. Didn't matter to who it was. Just talking. Everyone knows, like, everyone has a guy like that. Yeah. Everyone knows someone. Just the whole time, just talking. And it made sense that he was the catcher too, because he'd be talking to to the umpire, to all the batters. So perfect, man.
Yes. This movie is like super quotable. Do you have any favorite quotes from the movie?
The one that sticks out the most is "You're killing me, Smalls."
Yes.
That "You're killing me, Smalls," and then that whole scene with the s'mores. Do you want some more? Some more what? Killing me, Smalls. And that whole thing with the mallow. That was good. And what else? And that whole scene at the pool where that kid where he pretended to drown so he could get CPR from the lifeguard.
Yes. You could not make that scene today. That scene could not happen today.
No, dude. But it was so funny though.
Oh, I thought it was hilarious, but
it was hilarious, dude.
But after looking at it again, I think they even cut that out of like the TV version now. But yeah, that was one scene that I can imagine people being like, "Yeah, we can't leave that in. That has to go now."
Yeah.
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 The dog.
The dog.
I think before you actually see the dog all the way, when it's just more of them telling like the very scary story. I like the fact that they showed it more from a kid point of view. Like when you think of a kid's imagination, that's how you would think they would turn that animal into.
Yeah. And then like because you were you were actually hearing the dog through the fence. And then the kids would talk about the smell and the dogs playing with the dirt. And then when I think when he actually jumps up and catches the ball and swallows it, you see all that saliva and all that. So it's kind of like it's pretty similar to, in a way, to Jaws. How they did Jaws, like you didn't see the shark for a very long time until towards like halfway through the movie. They're just kind of building it up with the music and the descriptions, and then you're like, "Whoa!" You just kind of getting you in.
Yeah,
which is great. And then with the whole thing with the fence too, so it's like, well, we can't see it because there's a big fence in the way. So yeah, it was perfect.
nice. What did you think about the pacing? I never felt like this movie was long to me.
No, I thought it was good because it was a bit like he moved into town, trying to make friends. Then he's like, "Oh, I've got a ball," loses the ball,
Yeah,
and then it picks up because then we have to get this ball back. So then all the silly stuff happens, and all the guys are doing, and they go out to the local fair, and they eat chewing tobacco, and they get sick, so you get all the comedic relief. So you're laughing at that, but they're still trying to figure out how to get the ball. And then I like how they did it after that summer ends, how it goes full circle, and they kind of go around to what happened to each kid.
yeah,
Where they went in life, and the fact that Benny actually made it to the big leagues, and Smalls is play-by-play guy in the booth, and he's still wearing that really big fishing hat with a massive bill. That was cool, man. It was a good way to bring it full circle.
I mean, and that has been copied so many times. I have no idea if they're the first people to do it, but that was definitely one of the best jobs I ever seen ever done with and this is what happened, blah 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 type thing. Like,
Yeah.
Babe Ruth. That's the name is on the baseball for people that have never seen the movie. Why do you think they chose him?
To be the main baseball hero.
Yeah.
In the movie? Yeah. I think they were probably, this is my opinion, I think they were playing off the fact that, it's 19, well, in the movie it's set in the 50s. So the whole thing with Hank Aaron breaking the record, that in that timeline, it actually hasn't happened yet. And then with Babe Ruth at that time in the 50s, being labeled, there we go, man. We're talking about labels again, being labeled the greatest player of all time with all the home runs. He was obviously a great left-handed pitcher as well before he switched to, being primarily a batter. I think that was the whole take. And then with the baseball that they actually lost, it was the Babe Ruth ball. But then when he got the new ball, when the dad got the new ball at the end with the stepdad, it was the 27 Yankees. So you had all those great players. But what I actually really liked though in the movie was, I liked the whole movie, but that scene where I think it's Benny has the dream where Babe Ruth comes to his
room. Yeah.
But Benny's got that Hank Aaron card on his table. And then Babe Ruth's like, oh yeah, he's like something to the effect of, oh yeah, he'll be pretty good. This is like when Hank Aaron first came into the major leagues, just like in the 50s. And he didn't break that record until I think it was 1973. That was like on the timeline. That's 20 years in the future. So I like that. I like that connection.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that it was in there. I thought about this later, man, not at the time when I was a kid. But I like that how they had that connection, but it wasn't massively overdone. You know what I mean? Well, I feel like if they made that scene today, it would be so overemphasized. It would just lose, for me, it would just lose the meaning. It's like, all right, we get it. We got it. So it's just the way it was put together, man. I felt it was, all the messaging was there. And it was cool, man. It was cool. And the fact that it was obviously true. The events were true.
And then you have a quote that even if you misquote it, you still remember the gist of it. And that is heroes live and die, but legends live forever.
It's heroes get remembered, but legends never die. Follow your heart, kid. You'll never go wrong. What's that?
No, I was just saying I would love for Babe Ruth widow to be like, he ain't never say shit like that.
Nah, he's out in the town, mate. He's out in the town. He loved the food and the alcohol, mate. He definitely did. But yeah, I forgot about that part, dude. That was good. I forgot because he walked through the closet door and disappeared. I totally forgot about that part. Yeah. But that was cool, man. And as a kid, that would be like,
oh yeah, that was.
If I had a dream like that when I was like 8 or 10, bro, that'd be like, oh, dude.
That scene had to walk so the Forrest Gump scene could run.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice, dude.
Doing all that.
Yeah.
What did you think about the music in this movie?
It was cool, man. I remember because there's all that 50s music, like that doo-wop stuff. So I remember when they were at the fair, they were playing that song Tequila.
Yeah.
With that, I think it had like a saxophone in it. And then they obviously played This Magic Moment. That was in there. And there was just all that, like the old, like just that, 50s doo-wop music, man. It's just like, that stuff's good now, man. You can listen to that now and be like, enjoy it.
Yes. And I hate that we harped on it, but like it's just that really good. The ending where it shows how the kids went in their different directions as they got older. Yeah. The first time you saw it, did you cry?
I didn't cry, man, but I remember when it was out in the movie theater, and I remember being at the movies like some people I was I don't know 7 or 8, and we were there to watch another movie. But I remember seeing the preview for that. I was like, oh, dude, I want to see that movie. I wanted to leave the movie that I was in to go see that movie. So I think I can't remember if I actually saw it at the movie theater, but definitely saw it. If it didn't see it there, I definitely saw it early on when it came out on when Blockbuster was still around, when videotapes were still around, man. Saw it on videotape, and yeah, dude. But nah, so good, dude. So good. Like I said, I'm not one to watch a movie more than once. Like, nah, not interested. But yeah, that one, yeah, man, timeless classic.
Nice.
Yeah.
1 through 10, what would you give this movie?
I'm gonna give it a 10, bro. I wouldn't change anything about it. It wasn't too long. It wasn't overdone. Like all the conversations, the relationships, they were good. You had enough. All the characters had their own little style that added to the movie. There wasn't anything in there. It was like, whoa, I don't get this. Why is this here? And then you had the whole bit in the middle with the preppy kids, and they're like, that they beat them at the Sandlot, or they beat them at their field, and they had with the scrimmage game, and yeah, it was just, yeah, it was cool, and just that whole camaraderie amongst the lads, just like, hey, we're a unit, we're solid. Just that whole you had that whole vibe in there as well. So yeah, I wouldn't change anything, bro. I'm giving it a 10, man. Giving it a 10.
Nice. Very dumb question, but I ask all my guests. Do you believe that this movie has become a part of pop culture?
Yes, I would say so. I mean, outside before today, I hadn't thought about it or talked about it in a long time. But yeah, I feel like, I'm in my 30s, man. So, but I feel like people my age are like, yeah, dude, love the Sandlot. the first one. We're not talking about the other ones, but yeah, that would be like, yeah, they love that movie. It's because of that. You just kind of go back because you kind of go back to that time when you watched it. And then you think about what, and if you played baseball, you played sport, you think about all those, you kind of, those triggers those memories as well. And you just kind of go off on a bit of a walk down memory lane tangent. But yeah, I would say yes to answer your question. It is a part of pop culture.
Nice. Well, man, thank you so much for coming on the movie review. Can you please tell them where they can follow you on social media?
Yeah, man. So on Instagram, it's Big Ash Mouth. On Facebook, I think it's Ash Fields or Ashley Fields. LinkedIn, Ash Fields, Ashley Fields. And those are the best ways to follow me, man. So, and I've got this as well, man. Hold on, let me show you this. I just got this yesterday, man. I'm so stoked about this. I got this thing, man. Oh, you can't see it. Let me change my background. Nah, I'll do it later, man. I'll do it later. It's basically like this little thing, this little poster thing. You can take it to like presentations or events, and it has a QR code built into it so people can connect with it really easily.
Nice. That's smart, man. That's good. That was smart.
Yeah, man. And next time I see you, I'll show it to you, man. I'll show it to you.
Nice. Well, thank you again, man. I truly appreciate it. Guys, if you get a chance to see Ash Fields, please go see him. He'll keep you laughing. Thank you guys for watching and listening, and have an amazing day.